Hello designers, you're welcome to my channel. In this tutorial, we are going to be making a gala dress. So I'm going to be using these bodice patterns to make the dress. I already made a video on how to make bodice patterns, so please check it out. Also, I'll be making a small size, like a miniature size of this dress. It's the same process, just that it's smaller than the normal size. So I'll be starting with the front pattern. So this is the front bodice, that is the waistline that I've just drawn. So a body starts from the shoulder to the waist. So from the waist, I'm going to get the hip. So whatever your hip length is, 6 or 7 inches, you draw the line, and then from the hip you measure about 5 inches down. Because this is a small size, I'm using about 3 inches for this, but for an adult you use 5 inches. I've extended the line for the dart, and I'm going to connect it to the center front on the hip line the way I just did. So I'm going to measure the hip there and connect from the waist to the hip, and then I'll draw another slanted line to the line of the dart extended. I'm going to curve it at the center front, that part that is unfold, and also curve it by the side. Then I'm going to cut it out with half an inch seam allowance on the edge. So my pattern already has seam allowance, so I won't be adding any seam allowance to the side, the armhole, the shoulder and the neckline. I'm only adding seam allowance to this down part that I just did. So this is the back pattern, but because I don't want to start drawing all the lines again, I won't use that paper. I will use this one that I've just cut to cut the back. So I'm just going to add zip allowance to the one of the back, and then I will adjust the neckline. It's going to carry the same shape with the front. At the zip allowance part, I will cut it straight, then into the slanted line, while I cut every other thing the same. Then the neckline, I will adjust it. I'll make it higher than that of the front. So because the back is unfold, I'm going to slash it here to make it 2 pieces. So if you're going to use a dart, you go ahead and draw out your dart lines so that you can draw your dart. You can transfer the dart to the back, or you draw it out at the back. But this one I won't be using a dart for it. It will still give the same result. For an adult, please use a dart. So here I'm drawing out my sleeve. I'm going to be doing my sleeve. So this is my sleeve length. And remember that the sleeve is puff, so you make it longer than your normal sleeve length. If your sleeve length to your wrist is 22, you make it like 25, 24, so that you can shift it up a little to form the bob effect. So down there I added 2 inches for my elastic. So I've gone ahead to get the crown of the sleeve. I've extended it a little bit because I want to have a little bit of pleats, like 3 or 4 pleats on the edge of the shoulder. So I won't be using my normal sleeve. I'm going to add a little to the side there. Also down here, I won't be slanting the sleeve. I'm going to cut it straight. You can see from the crown of the sleeve, that armhole part, I drew it straight down because I'm putting elastic down here, so I won't be slanting it. Then up there, I'm making it bigger than the normal sleeve because I want to put pleats on the shoulder. So I've cut one. I'm going to use it to cut the second sleeve. So the fabric I'm using is a doll face fabric. I'm measuring the armhole to be sure that it is perfect. So on the shoulder, I'm going to be cutting off half inch, but for a big size, you cut off 1 inch because I'm going to have pleats at the edge of the sleeve or gathers. So I have to cut off part of the shoulder. I cut off half inch because it's a miniature size. For a normal adult, you cut off 1 inch on the shoulder. And if you're not doing gathers or pleats on the sleeve, then don't cut the shoulder. Leave the shoulder as it is and fix your sleeve normal sleeve. So here I'm cutting the lower part of the dress and I've measured the length that I want. You can do any length, short or knee length, any length you want. So you draw it. I folded this fabric into four, selvage to selvage, because I want to use the length of the fabric, which is 60 inches. From selvage to selvage is 60 inches. So I'm cutting 60 inches long and let's assume 12 inches wide. So let's assume the remaining length of the dress is about 12 inches to complete the dress. So I'm cutting two of it, which I'm going to join together, and then I'll pleat it round the hem of the dress. You can also gather it. You can gather the edge if you like, or you pleat it tiny, tiny, tiny. So I'm going ahead to place them right sides facing each other, and I'm going to join them there and also join them at this other side by half an inch. Then for the front part, like I said, if you're using a dart, you go ahead and sew your darts on the front and the back, but this one won't be having a dart. Then I'm going to fix my zip. So I'm going to measure a little bit above the down part of the dress. So I'm going to measure that part 2 inches above. For an adult, you can use more than two. You measure it towards your hip, then you measure your 2 inches for your zip allowance. My zip allowance is 2 inches, so that is the straight line. I'm going to sew it from the top to that small line, I just marked, so that I can fix my zip. You can do yours the way you want it. So that small part will be joined before I fix the zip. I've gone ahead to fix my zip. So I'm going to place the right side of the front piece on it. I'm going to place the front piece on it, right sides facing each other, and I'm going to join the two shoulders. Then I'm going to join the side too. So I'm measuring the bust and the hip and the waist just to be sure everything is okay. So I'm putting bias on the neckline. You can also use a facing to tidy the neckline, or you use a bias to tidy it. I'm sewing the hem of the sleeve, trying to make the casing for the elastic. Remember, I put 2 inches at the hem of the sleeve. So I'm going to fold half inch by 1.5 inch because I'm using a big elastic. I'm using the 1 inch elastic. So I'm going to sew the hem of the two sleeves, and then I'm going to pass my elastic through it. I'm going to join this side, but I'm going to leave a little space where I have the casing. I won't sew that part of the sleeve. Then my elastic, I've gone ahead to cut it. You're going to measure around your wrist and then use it to cut your elastic. So you pass it into the casing. After passing the elastic, then you go ahead and sew down that small space that we left. So this is what the sleeve looks like. I'm going to make the second sleeve the same way I did this one. So I'm pleating the crown of the sleeve now. I located the middle of the sleeve with a notch, and then I'm pleating. I'm doing about 4 pleats. So I'm inserting the sleeve now into the armhole. So I'm done with this sleeve. I'll go ahead to do the second sleeve. Now I'm going to take the lower part of the dress, and that part where I joined the selvage to selvage, I'm going to attach it to the side. I'm going to attach it to the side of the dress, and then I'll start pleating it. I'll make small pleats. I'm going to do the front first. I'll follow the zigzag shape of the dress, and then I'll just be pleating it round, trying to follow the V or the zigzag shape. So after pleating the front, this is what it looks like. Then I'm going to do the back. So I'm going to jump the remaining fabric. As you can see, the fabric is remaining. So I'm going to jump the remaining fabric and then start fixing it all the way to the back part of the dress. What I'm trying to say is that after fixing the front, I have a bit of the fabric left. So I'm just going to shift it away and then go to where I have my selvage and then start sewing from there. So this is the excess fabric. I'm going to pleat it into a box pleat, and then I'll sew it down. Don't worry, it won't show at the front. It won't even show that there's anything there, or there's extra fabric, or there's a box pleat there. So this is it. This is the extra fabric left. And then when you turn to the other side, it's not showing at all. So I'll go to the second side, to the remaining fabric there. Instead of cutting it out, I'll make it into a box pleat. And then I'll sew it down. Remember, I already pleated the skirt all the way around. So this box pleat is on top of the pleating I already did. So that's why it's not showing. It's only the pleating part that will be showing. The box pleat will not show. Now I'm going to hem the lower part of the dress. I'm going to tidy the edge. I'm going to be folding 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch. So depending on what your hem allowance is, that is what you will use. After folding the hem, that is all for the dress. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please kindly like, share, comment and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. Thank you very much. I'll see you in another tutorial. Bye.